And turn around because I try to go up.
Ready.
Bring Finance Committee meeting to order. Any public comments?
We're good.
Approval of the October
Turn around
24
because
minutes.
I try to go up.
Bring Finance Committee meeting to order. Any public comment?
What? Okay. We're good.
You're at the control.
It was all me.
Approval of the October 2024 minutes.
So that would be Daryl, Mark, and Brian on this
I make a
committee.
motion.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. Approval of March 2025 minutes. I make a motion.
Second.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. James?
Okay, before you is the 2026 budget proposal. On top of this, we also finalized 2024. So the 24 actuals you'll see are done. 25 you'll see is as of September 30th. And then 26, I'm just going to walk through a few different items. By the time that we end up meeting again in March to finalize the audit, actually, I think we have to do it in February, Evelyn. Anyway, we'll figure it out. By the time we reach there, we will have finalized 2025 numbers. So just keep in mind that these are drafted for the rest of the year. So far, we're showing a $6,400 surplus, which is great. For 26, the top number is $45,000. That's a replenishment request. If you're familiar, we request this from the county legislature every few years to fill our coffers back up to about $50,000. We have operating income. Up until 2023, those were straight line item requests from the legislature. Since then, we've been able to make money off of microenterprise and economic development CDBG programs so that when we get funding for our program delivery and administration costs, we can plug those back into the fund at the county so that when we do ask for replenishment of funds, we are not getting directly from the county. We have some fund that we've been able to contribute to. So operating balance getting a little low, so we're asking for a pretty significant amount, up to $45,000. The next three items are program delivery administration and downtown fund administration. The program delivery and administration are for the CDBG microenterprise funds. They're typically a washout. So when we get that funding from CDBG after we close out the program, we also work with the Harrison Studio to assist us in providing these services. And then there's typically a little bit left over than what we pay them out. That's what we retain, and it ends up going back in that kitty for the replenishment request. So whatever we include on the EDC's budget here, you'll see a direct contra account on the expense side, because whatever we get in, we pay out to the consultants. Anything above that, we pay out directly to the county. They retain it and then give it back to us when we ask for a replenishment. The $15,000 is the downtown fund administration for what I'm perceiving will be the beginning of both the downtown Catskill and downtown Athens DRI New York Forward Fund respectively. I'm thinking that we may get a total of $90,000 between two programs. The programs are going to run over 3 years. We're not probably going to be awarded any funding until halfway through the first year. That's about a sixth of the way through. So $15,000 represents a sixth of the total allocation we'll get from the state. So it's only a portion of that. Again, with the contra account that I told you about before, there's with program delivery and administration with the microenterprise, we'll have the same contra account on the expense side for that too. Going down to net operating, non-operating revenue, the first line item is loan principal and interest repayments. Our quantum loan funds that we have for the corporations are sunsetting. The ones that we have out in the street out currently will be maturing in.
Corporation one?
Yep,
Large.
we do have a large one. I'm sorry.
So.
The county ones are sunsetting.
Yeah.
Yep.
but these-
County ones are sunsetting, so excuse me. But we haven't, since I've been here, we haven't done a single quantum loan fund yet. So that's probably a discussion I want to have with the finance committee at some other point. I want to start talking about ways that we can rethink that program. So you'll see a consistent descaling of that revenue item over the past few years. Going into the future, that number, unless we make new loans, is unequivocally going to go down unless we get an early payoff. Under that is I bake a $25,000 line item in every year in case we do perhaps a micro loan. We did last year. You'll see that the actuals are showing that we didn't have that loan figure. CDBG micro enterprise income for small business grants. That's our line item for the income we receive from the state to deliver the small business micro grants. Again, you'll see the contra amount in the expense side of that. It comes in, it goes out. The 2025 actuals you'll see under CDBG Economic Development Gray Willow. That $100,000, $89.49 represents a portion of the total allocation that we received, which is $179,000. That's reflected in the 2025 budget. We actually just submitted the drawdown request into the state for their final drawdown. That'll be delivered in probably 10 to 14 days. On the expense side, those large scale items, the $75,000 between program delivery services, administration services, downtown fund administration, those are the contra accounts. Under non-operating expenses, you'll see the contra accounts for a potential quantum loan and the micro enterprises that we expect to pay out as well. That's it. For the Finance Committee, I'm happy to answer any questions on this. Any sort of thoughts? And then what I would be asking for with this resolution is a recommended approval of 26 corporation budget that would go to the board for a full vote.
I think makes a lot very good sense.
Looks pretty straightforward.
Good budget. And
Second it.
all in favor? Aye. Any committee discussions?
None other than at some point I want to have a formal request, but I think that it's probably time for us to rethink the quantum loan program. I would like to know on a deeper level, what were sort of some local requirements that we bake into underwriting and how we sort of set up the reimbursement part specifically. I know there are some things that we can't get around with job creation, eligible expenses, but the reimbursement on a loan right now is not super attractive. And I think that we've seen that with the fact that I've been here for 3 years and we've marketed it. We've met with people. We are batting 0% on every single, inquiry.
So it's interesting. I mean, the interest rate is great. It's got right plus one.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we have a lot of come in, because they are interested in, then you see it like, well, this is a little difficult, so.
Be something I'm gonna do a little investigating, but probably by March, I'll request that we can
And
have a
there's,
formal resolution.
there's no way to white glove it. I mean, aside from running the business for them, right?
Yeah.
You
I think that we could
That's
take
it.
out the reimbursement because I think that the fact that we reimburse their expenses is a local requirement because it really drops our risk level to very, very low. And I would think that in a past life, perhaps the decision makers wanted to mitigate any risk of default. If you want a 0% risk of default, then don't go into the loan business. Yeah. So there are other places we could potentially spend the CDBG money. We have a sizable balance with the county right now for CDBG money, and it's just been sitting there. I don't think the feds are going to knock on our door anytime soon to claw the money back, but I would like to put that to some use. There are some county-led projects that money could probably apply to. There are also, some demand with having a loan program here just set up a little differently. So I'm thinking that by the time that, we have our next finance committee meeting, I'll have some sort of proposal.
Okay.
So
Motion to adjourn,
Second it.
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay. Opposed? Okay. Nice meeting, looks like good.
yeah, we've got one more. We're almost done. We'll see.
Let's call the October meeting. Order.
So 411, Evelyn. No public.
Approval of the minutes of the September 25th meeting. They won't have a chance to look at them. A motion to approve.
Was it, real quick, was September meeting was a regular meeting, right?
Yes.
Okay, so I think the heading of those minutes said special. I believe so. Should have caught it, and I remembered it and I didn't change it. So if that's the case, I would ask that gets corrected.
I'll abstain because I wasn't here.
Thank you.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed, carried. James, you're on again.
Yeah, so Finance Committee just heard the resolution for the approval of the 26 corporation budget. Anybody who's on the full board, if there's any questions or comments, concerns with the budget in front of you, I'm happy to help provide a solution.
We have a motion to accept. Approve.
Accept it.
All in favor? Aye. Opposed? Carried. Executive directors.
Not much. Last time I think I was here, I talked about the EPA finally came in with a cooperative agreement for a brownfield coalition. We're starting procurement for a consultant with that very soon, so that finally came in, which is great. Our cementing study kicked off. We sent a letter of authorization with that. We had our first meeting with our consultants, so that was great as well. Probably be in touch with some stakeholder interviews very soon in terms of what your perspective of the project is, what needs to be done with the community, highest and best uses. And Gray Willow, we are doing the final drawdown on that, so we're gonna have a check presentation soon. I emailed the business owner today, and they would love to do some sort of photo op and some event. So I think that'd be really nice. Plus, I have a few more blank checks to give out in my office. I'd love to use one.
We're also having an Oktoberfest this weekend. Oh,
No,
You let me know when the presentations can be so.
oh yeah, definitely.
That's it from me.
Where will those public comment meetings be held? What about the cementing? Like you said, you're gonna have meetings.
Yeah, there's going to be public stakeholder engagement sessions.
Yeah.
I don't know where or when this will
Okay.
be yet. Our consultants are really gonna be driving that.
Okay,
So
so I'm sure there'll be obviously a little outreach about that.
mhm.
Okay.
Yep.
Board member discussion, news updates?
They're ongoing to the DRI, Village Castle in Athens. Those are ongoing right now.
Yeah, yep. So they're actually nearing the end of their LPC process between the village of Catskills, DRI, New York Forward and Athens. They've both sort of pared down their projects. Catskill had a workshop on Monday evening. I wasn't able to attend, but the 20th is the LPC meeting for Athens. And that I believe is like our last one before they put together the strategic investment plan and move forward. So every program has its own I don't know, black sheep from the community's perspective, I guess. Athens has the Martin Community Garden that they don't believe should be receiving public funds, and then the village of Catskill has a 70-unit artist housing project that would, I think, bring a lot of benefits. And a downtown Catskill proposed for what is called Pine Park, or the Park for Paws up the street. There's a little bit of community pushback with transforming that from a private or a public space to a private space. And they're insisting that there's creek access there that I'm aware of, but yeah.
Interesting to see how it all plays out. I
Yeah.
didn't go to the workshop, but I was at the previous meeting with all the proposals. It was like a lot of hours. Interesting to see the different proposals that everyone put together for what they would do with the money, so.
How's the new tenure at the college?
Very busy, very exciting. In January, we launched our PN program, which is a very exciting for us. Great need in this area, but a wonderful workforce program. So that will be starting, we're hoping with 30 seats. So very exciting.
That's great. Be a big help, especially with the CMH's new investment up the street. That's huge. Can't wait for that.
We just moved in next door this morning, so after the meeting, if anyone is interested in seeing the space over there, we're pretty settled. There's some cardboard boxes still that they're taking away for us this morning, but many thanks to the county again, and many thanks to the county's Buildings and Grounds Department that met me very early this morning down the road and did most of the moving for us and set it up, taped it out. Got it all looking nice for us, so more to come on the hours for that. We'll be there.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed?